யுத்தத்துக்கு போனா ஜெயிக்கணும். ஜெயிக்கிறது வீரம் மட்டும் பத்தாது, வியூகம். 31ஆம் தேதி நான் என்னுடைய அரசியல் நிலைப்பாடு பற்றி நான் தெரிவிக்கிறேன்.
Once again, star of stars, superstar Thalaivar Rajinikanth hints at embracing politics, and this was enough to send the fans into a frenzy.
It's almost like he's pronouncing a verdict. He says, like, on 31st, I will announce my political decision. And that day, it is expected that definitely he is going to enter politics.
31ஆம் தேதி வந்து அறிவிக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லிருக்காரு. கண்டிப்பா அரசியலுக்கு வந்தா ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். கண்டிப்பா தலைவர் வருவாரு.
தமிழ்நாடு சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் யாரும் இந்த நிலையில இப்ப இருக்க தமிழ்நாடு சூழ்நிலை சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் தமிழ்நாடு யாரால காப்பாற்ற முடியாது. தலைவர் அவர்கள் 31ஆம் தேதி எங்களுக்கு நல்ல ஒரு தீர்ப்பு சொல்லுவார்.
Just days after superstar Kamal Haasan launched his app and hinted at future political plans, Rajinikanth has chosen the 31st of December to finally end the suspense. And the timing couldn't be better. People issues have been ignored in the state, with politicians only fighting to hold on to power post Jayalalitha's demise. But are actors turned netas really the answer to the problems of voters? Can the heroes in real life be real life political heroes? Let's debate. Mirror Now report.
I'm also going to try that. Nana yeppo varuve, yeppadi varuvenge yarukum theriyade. Yeppu varunamo appo correcta varuve. When, where and how I will make an entry, no one will know. But when I do make one, it will be at the right time. That is what Rajinikanth said in a film 22 years ago. It looks like the time may be right as the people of Tamil Nadu stare at a void that has been left by Amma. As netas bicker over her legacy and overpower, can Neta Rajini be the messiah they need? Farmers are killing themselves in the state because the state won't hear them. There's been drought, cyclone and floods that have left many parts of the state in tatters. Corruption, alcoholism, caste-based violence and so many other crucial issues. So in a state that has embraced many superstars as its political leaders, will Rajinikanth be voted for? Or will it be Kamal Haasan? Stalin and Palaniswamy are watching the developments very, very closely. But let us ask the people tonight, what should these actors turned netas, when they turn netas, stand for when they enter politics? Let's say good evening to our guests, Mr. Muralidharan, an AIADMK supporter joining us from Chennai, R.K. Radhakrishnan, Associate Editor for Frontline, Senior Journalist joining us this evening, Malvika Vinash, actor who turned into a politician and is with the BJP right now, Satya Narayan, member of the Rajinikanth fan club with us tonight, Rajiv Rajaram, Creative Director for Put Chutney and actor himself, also with us this evening, and Mr. Rajashekharan is a lawyer with the Madras High Court. Satya, I'm going to come to you first. It's been a thrilling day. What are you hoping to hear from Thalaivar on December 31st?
I think that December 31st, so we would like to hear the golden word from our Thalaivar. He will confirm the political launch, okay, and then he will declare the agenda and the next steps and the roadmap for our fans, how to take it forward. We are hoping that.
He's had a lot of meetings, interactions with his fans. He's been traveling across the state. Satya, what are the fans who've almost already turned into political party workers for him, telling him what do they want from Rajinikanth?
No, see, if in the current scenario in Tamil Nadu, we don't have any charming figure like MGR, okay. That is one of the drawbacks here. We want somebody who can front face Tamil Nadu in front of the whole India. Okay, that where we are lagging here. So that place can be replaced only by Mr. Rajinikanth.
Okay, but if I had to ask you, what would be the first few set of issues, this political agenda that we are all waiting to find out? Kamal Haasan has made his stand slightly more clearer. What do the fans expect from Rajinikanth?
No, he clearly told that in one of the interview, okay, the time and the strategy will define the success in the political scenario. I think he is waiting for the right time to launch the political party and then to get into the people's heart.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, today he said, I am not new to politics. I've been there since 1996. I don't say I'm entering politics, but I will announce my stand on politics on December 31st. If we go for a war, we ought to win. Valor alone won't do. We need strategy. Mr. Radhakrishnan, how do you read what he said today? Is December 31st when he announces his political agenda, or perhaps he just ends up announcing who he wants to support?
Today he has announced a decision about a decision he is about to going to make. I have a problem with this. This state has faced its worst ever cyclone in recent times. 433 fishermen are missing from November 30th. More than 48 to 50 fishermen are dead. This man has nothing to say on that. This man has not even bothered to find out what happened to them. He has not visited them. And he is becoming the savior of Tamil Nadu. And there are people saying that this man is going to save Tamil Nadu. Even, Narendra Modi, after finishing his campaign in Gujarat, had condescended to go to Kanyakumari. Even that courtesy has not been extended by a Kamal and a Rajinikanth. And again, what has Rajini said today? He is going to possibly announce whether he is coming to politics or not coming into politics. That becomes a prime time debate. Now, how many times and how many people have done this? There has been a huge public meeting in Tiruchi a few months ago where somebody who claimed that he was speaking on behalf of Rajini announced his entry into politics. That didn't happen. Rajini went missing. He went to America. He went somewhere else. And then he comes back and then says, God will decide. Now, has God decided? We don't know. Has he had a communication with the God? We don't know because he has not told us. Now, on December 31st, is there a chance between now and December 31st he has this conversation with God and we'll have the outcome of that conversation? We don't know. That is where we stand now. This is a completely farcical situation. We already have a farce in the R.K. Nagar elections, and a second farce is being enacted, one by Kamala Hassan and second by Rajinikanth, claiming that they're all in politics already. All of us are in politics by that yardstick. This is a complete travesty of politics and what has been happening in films. And one of the things that Rajini told today was politics was a very, very bad place to be and he has to be very measured. Not exact words, I am paraphrasing. Now, I have a problem with that contention. Nothing can be worse than the film dump. There is more corruption in the film world than anywhere else. What happened to Indiran 1, the movie that was released after such a long concentration and one producer moving away, another producer coming in? Why isn't he coming clean on that? What happens to more than 10 to 15 lakh workers in the film done? What has Rajini done for them? Absolutely nothing. But the amount of exploitation of women that happens in the film dump, has he done anything about it? Okay. Has there been at least one case where he has intervened and saved a woman, saved a child from prostitution? Absolutely no. How is this man going to save Tamil Nadu? Why is Tamil Nadu so crazy after fans? And that too only some 1,000 or 1,500 people who had gathered in front of Raghavendra Mandap today.
Well, that's not new, Mr. Radhakrishnan, is it? That's not new. People of Tamil Nadu have been very, very loving and, have embraced their stars as their netas quite often. Now, the point is whether Rajinikanth or Kamal Hassan can actually do that and translate and deliver as netas. Mr. Muralidharan, do you want to come in at this point and tell us, are we judging too soon? They haven't even announced their detailed plans yet. So, should we be asking what have they done for the people already?
Exactly, Tanvi. It's like, Dhoni moving out and you expect Virat Kohli to make statements even before he becomes a captain. There is a time for everything. So let him see. He has taken 20 years to make this decision and he knows there are a lot of challenges in politics because he's an honest and decent man. And if he has to produce 234 candidates for each and every constituency who are going to be honest and decent, that's the biggest challenge he has. And a few of his, fans once said that if I would have believed in somebody else and I would have joined some political party, I would have made my money. So that's where he's, stuck. He's scared. He doesn't want to repeat what is happening in other places. He wants to ensure there is no corruption. So that's the agenda. That's why he's really scared. And he's not like other, see, he is a very thoroughbred businessman. He's one of the, highest grossers in the whole world. Okay? And he's a smart businessman. He is not going to make a mistake and squander the money which is worked so hard and earned all these years. As simple as that. So he is being very calculative. He is selecting his people. See, what does he have today? He's got charisma. And getting money is no problem. He's a successful businessman. 100 crore loan he can get like this. Okay. Next is his foot soldiers. His foot soldiers are his fans on the field, right? They are there. Now what he really needs, he needs managers. All he has to do, find a good head hunting company, something like Mafoy, ask them to hunt down these 234 candidates who will be his managers and who will be people representative. Now this is exactly what he is going to plan on, what he is going to do. So he is being very calculative. He doesn't want to behave like Kamal Haasan. Kamal Haasan, like knee-jerk reaction. He said, I'm getting into politics. I'm already in politics. And I'm everything. And he started everything.
You don't think Kamal Haasan is actually also taking it slow? He's just launched an app. He wants to connect with people, interact with people. I believe both of them are clearly thinking a lot about it. But what should be their agenda? Because the people of Tamil Nadu have suffered quite a bit in the last 1 year, Rajiv. Would you want to comment on that? Is Rajinikanth or Kamal Haasan the answer to what's happening in Tamil Nadu today?
Definitely not the answer. As a matter of fact, anybody who's above the age of 25 will definitely have a sense of deja vu as to what has happened today. Because superstar Rajinikanth has come and said that I'm coming to politics.
Excuse me, there's some disturbance.
So I had this feeling saying that this is the same thing that he said 20 years ago.
Hello?
Yeah, okay. We're just going to fix some of the audio lines of our other panelists. Go ahead,
This is another statement that he said some... Yeah. Yes, so like I said, it's a sense of deja vu when I hear these statements saying that I'm coming to politics, I'm coming soon to politics. Going by a film term, I think this was nothing but a first look of a teaser of a trailer of a film that he's about to launch, And it's a multiple, it basically is a thing saying that I will make an announcement, I'm making an announcement, so I'm making an announcement, as rightly pointed out by Mr. R.K. Radhakrishnan. But there is a second point that we want to talk about, that Mr. Rajinikanth has not made a statement or commented on any of the issues that has affected Tamil Nadu in the last 1 year or the past 2 years. At least Kamal Haasan, I must say, in the last 1 year or so with his Twitter handle, he's been able to say whatever has been on his mind. But with Rajinikanth, he has not made any of those statements. And as a matter of fact, if he assumes that people are going to vote for him just because of his name or his recall value, we don't know his state policies, we don't know any of that. And to refresh your memory, in 2004, during the parliamentary elections, Rajinikanth did come out with an audio cassette urging his fans to vote for BJP, if I'm not mistaken. But we all know how that ended up in the 2004. It was a complete rout. And we also know for a fact that this is people of Tamil Nadu at this point of time. I know we are all looking for, a sustainable leader or something like that. But there are a lot of, sane voices which are right now looking at Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan saying that, bro, we are not really that desperate. Okay,
let me actually take that across to Satya, because several of our panelists are saying similar things, Satya, that Rajinikanth hasn't taken the effort of connecting with people on their issues, or gone and met them when the floods have happened, or spoken on people issues. Suddenly, if he thinks that people will vote for them, that won't happen, Satya.
To some extent, what you are saying is true, okay. But in many of the cases, wherever that for a river linking project issues, and he met the prime ministers, and wherever there is a Kaveri water issue, he was in the fast. So wherever possible, okay, he has announced his stand very clearly, okay. In one of the earlier interviews, he told very clearly that, okay, he will address all the issues around in Tamil Nadu, and he will give his comments, okay. But the only thing is, after coming into the active politics, you can expect everything from Mr. Rajinikanth.
Malvika Avinash, where do you stand on this? Every time there is an actor.
Twitter or Facebook, no, Twitter.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, finish your point, Satya.
I'm sorry. If doing something in the Twitter or Facebook, that won't doing something on the Twitter or Facebook, that will not solve the problem. That will be one of the valuation to them, but that will not solve the real problem.
Okay. Okay, so just saying things on Twitter like Kamal Hassan does may not solve the problem, says Satya. Malvika Vinash, it's always a big debate when you see somebody from the entertainment industry step into politics. Some have made it, some have been very successful in Tamil Nadu, outside of Tamil Nadu as well. The others haven't. What does it take when an actor actually becomes a neta?
Well, I am going to speak as somebody. I have been an actress and I have also been a student of law, or rather I have been a lawyer myself. So for me, I am going to keep BJP out of this, although I subscribe to the BJP ideology. I speak on behalf of the BJP all the time and I am an active karyakarta of the BJP. However, I am going to keep BJP out of this and just view the prospect of an actor coming into politics, especially one as large a star or a larger than life person or persona, should I say, as Mr. Rajinikanth. Several of your panelists have been commenting, some for it and some against it. What I can say is my understanding of actors and South Indian politics has been this. I think every actor who's made it to the top in politics, as one would look up to Mr. MGR or Shri N.T. Ramarao in Andhra. These are the people who became chief ministers eventually. But if one were to look at their career graph in terms of politics, leaving cinema aside, they have been activists to begin with. They have subscribed to a certain ideology. In the case of Mr. MGR, I'm sure the other panelists from Tamil Nadu will know far more than I do, how he subscribed to Anna's ideology and how he grew with the movement and then someday fell out with his partner in politics, Mr. Karunanidhi, started his party and went on to become the chief minister of the state. Similarly, Mr. N.T. Ramarao started his Telugu Desam more as activist politics against the Congress and went on to become the chief minister. So such was the build-up or the run-up to their successful political careers. May I also say that they started much earlier than Mr. Rajinikanth, who's now perhaps in his early 60s. So they started much earlier. So also Mr. Kamal Hassan. So in that sense, I think they have lost some time. What I feel is most important is, while everyone is speaking of, followers and how they'll manage their followers and how they will work for them and all of that, what I do feel is what is tremendously lacking is that subscription to a certain ideology. What is the ideology going to be? What is it that they are going to take to the people? Are they going to talk development? What are they going to talk about? Kamal Hassan's statements have been very confused. Sometimes he sounds like a completely left-aligned person, and then he turns around and says something else. So his tweets and his statements have been extremely confusing. But Mr. Rajinikanth,
Kamal Hassan
like
has actually been
has really
very clear about two things, Malvika.
Position.
One is that he is definitely not going to align himself with the Kamal and the Kamal symbol of your party. And two, yes, he does have a lot of friends who are left-leaning and of those political parties. But I take your point. And let me take that across to Mr. Rajashekharan. Mr. Rajashekharan,
no, but
Jayalalitha at one point was the queen of...
I will say what I need to. I will finish. Since you...
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Finish your point,
May I
please.
just finish, ma'am? Just because you have brought up the idea, just because you have brought up Kamal not aligning with us, most definitely not. He is welcome to subscribe to whatever ideology he would like to, and he is welcome to. This is a democracy. Anyone is allowed to have an opinion of their own. But a lot of what he says doesn't make sense at all. It will take a whole debate for us to discuss why it doesn't make sense. And I have been rather critical of his style of politics because he never gets on ground. Politics doesn't happen on Twitter and Facebook, ma'am. You have to get on ground and be with people. That's how politics happens. So let's keep him aside. Today is about Mr. Rajinikanth.
So who is going to get on ground and meet people and define a very, very clear political agenda, Mr. Rajashekharan? Jayalalitha was queen of cinema and much loved by people before she entered politics, but she clearly made a success out of it. So did MGR. We know even in today's scenarios, Chalan has worked in films, Vijaykanth has worked in films. There are enough and more examples just in Tamil Nadu, even before we begin to look outside and rest of the country. But let's get specific here. What do Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan really have to offer to the people right now?
See, Tanvi, Mr. Radhakrishnan was harsh today with regard to Rajinikanth. And the panelists today on your channel, they don't have any idea or opinion about Tamil Nadu Dravidian politics. That is very unfortunate. See, anybody who is going to talk in the lines of communalism or casteism is not going to succeed. That is the reality. That is the harsh truth. The RK Nagar bypoll is the answer. People who do not understand Rajinikanth, people who do not understand Kamal Haasan's intentions and future, what they are going to do to the state, will talk like this only. I am not surprised. Fact of the matter is, Kamal Haasan is very clear. You will vote for DMK, you will vote for ADMK, and you will question Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan as we have not spoken in the past. Ridiculous and bizarre statement being argued on your channel. What is this? If they didn't enter politics, they are actors of their individual stature. One is a superstar, one is a Padma Shri Ulaganayagan, world superstar. So both are two icons of film industry in Tamil Nadu, and you have no business to question their past track record in politics. They are not politicians. They are actors of their own style and own stature. If they start a political party, you can question their right and question what they are going to do to the people. Before that, you are jumping the gun. You are asking all, very unfortunate questions. And one actor who is aligned to BJP says that she knows Tamil Nadu. She knows nothing about Tamil Nadu.
Okay,
Tamil Nadu is
Mr. Rajshekharan, you've come into the debate last. I came to you at the end.
I think you are losing. I think you are losing yourself, sir. Please,
Mr. Rajshekharan, you clearly got everybody, a lot of panelists riled up with your comments. Let's see one by one they want to respond. Malvika, just hold on. I will go across to Mr. Radhakrishnan first, because the first salvo was fired towards him and the comments he made. Let him respond, then I'll come to you. Hold on.
No, let us be very clear here. Let us be very clear here. Both actors have told that they have been in politics forever. No, let us be very clear here. That's what they have said. There is no question of Kohli taking after Dhoni and then coming and asking them questions. This is a ridiculous comparison. Let me tell you that people of the state have died. You have no empathy for them. You have said nothing. There is not one single statement from you. So in that case, if that is your stance, you should not come for when Jayalalitha dies, or you should not visit politicians in hospital, and you should not be doing a social service. If you are a socially committed person, if you claim that you have been in politics forever, Rajshekharan, let me finish. Rajshekharan, let me finish. Please. I did not interrupt you.
Mr. Rajshekharan, let him finish.
Please.
Mr. Rajshekharan, let him finish now.
This is not a channel for a slanging match. This is not a
it's not a slanging match.
Channel,
Let everybody have their viewpoint. And I want to go across to Mr. Srinivasan also. He's also a senior journalist.
Tanvi.
Yes, Mr. Radhakrishnan, finish your point, please.
Let us be very clear here. Let us be very clear here. There is no decision that this person is coming into politics right now, and he has dropped hints along the way so many times. So my question is, who is pushing him to keep on giving these hints? If I want to come into politics, I'll come into politics and make an announcement. I'll join a party, maybe, perhaps, if that is my way. But he's a great personality in Tamil Nadu. I have no problems with him coming into politics or anybody coming into politics. But the question is, don't keep on teasing people like this. It has been more than 6 months that he has been saying that he'll come into politics. And that gap, the problem is that even the space that is available for Rajinikanth to come in is fast shrinking. If he doesn't come in the next month, that entire void left by Jayalalitha is going to close fast, with TTV Dinakaran becoming the ADMK space in Tamil Nadu, and that is going to be a problem for Rajini or Kamal or anybody who is coming to politics.
Okay, point taken. Too many hints, it's literally become the Tamil version of Tariq Pe Tariq that both the actors have been doing and teasing us about whether they're going to enter politics or not. Mr. Srinivasan, would you agree with that point? It's high time. If they do want to do it by themselves, they should come out. Or do you also believe that maybe they're getting propped up by other vested interests and parties?
Well, I'll pick up from where Radha has left. that the window is really narrowing down for Rajni or Kamal if they want to join. They had plenty of opportunity. This 1 year in Tamil Nadu after the death of Jayalalitha has been really, a big time for them. They should have done something. The governance is really gone for dogs, literally. And then people have been really looking for a good leadership. Now, let me quote, Rajinikanth himself. Giving a speech in Chennai some days ago, some months ago, he said, it's foolish to think that one can enter politics with cinema experience alone. This is his own words. Now, it's not enough that on the clout of cinema, you can manage to get into politics and thrive. Like some other panelists said, MGR was in politics for nearly 20 years. Jayalalitha, more than 9 years. She struggled. She traveled almost every corner of the state. She even had to, endure physical assault on her, verbal abuses, lots of, things she faced. And then there is another thing. You need to have some passion. Probably Rajinikanth has passion for movies, passion for acting. I'll give you another example. Modi is very passionate. Our Prime Minister is very passionate about, politics. The comparison, if you have to make with Rahul Gandhi, why is he often criticized? Is he a part-time politician? Is he a full-time politician? That's a question which often comes. You can't just parachute somebody into politics and then think that he is going to, survive. NTR. NTR ran a very successful movement. It was based on, Telugu Bidda, the pride of Telugus, which he felt hurt, and he picked up an opportune movement and built the movement on that. And, you have to give credit that NTR was perhaps a politician, the shortest span of time, he managed to convert a movement into, into power, and he got power. Similarly, there was a movement in Delhi. After that, AAP really came to power after a movement. Where was Kejriwal? Who knew who Kejriwal was? But suddenly he came up. Yeah. So, just because he's a cinema star and everybody knows him, I don't think it's going to work. And Tamil Nadu is really looking out for a strong leader. The RK Nagar election is a good example. Among, perhaps, they picked out, this TTV Dinakaran because perhaps he was the one-eyed among the blind.
Yes.
Perhaps that's why they picked him up, because he at least had some views, Tamil Nadu, please remember, is very, very, very strong on federal issues. Its political, socio-economic is such that the state, constantly people there believe in some kind of federalism, some kind of autonomy. Yeah. They need a voice. They need someone to speak up. Yeah. Even when Jayalalitha was aligned with, the center with say BJP, she took stand on issues like Uday. She took stand on food security. She took stand on, a national, when NCTC, that was, various issues, she took a stand. Yeah. Here for last 1 year, let me quote Subramanian Swamy. He says, this government, Edapadi government is behaving like a rubber stamp of center. So, really Tamil Nadu is looking out for some good leader. Not
I agree with you. Like they do need one good, strong leader. There's too much of fighting, infighting amongst parties, within the parties, bickering that's going on. And almost everybody seems to have forgotten about the people, Mr. Muralidharan. That's the point. Too many hints, say our other panelists, no action. Do you agree that they may have missed the bus, both Rajini and Kamal?
We need to look at their alignment, Tanvi. If you look at Kamal Haasan, he aligns more towards the left, and Rajinikanth is a spiritual person. So obviously he is a sung guy, right? Now, ever since Amma's demise, and starting from Jallikattu, a section of media had a sinister plan, which was because of the Modi phobia, to ensure that center does not get a foothold here. And they were been linking every issue, right from NEET, okay, Anita, fisherman, farmer, everything to Modi to develop a phobia. You can laugh, but this is a fact. Okay, this show, this result was the Alkanagar election, where BJP
Modi
did not get
mania.
any votes.
You are talking
almost,
about Modi
right?
phobia.
Now, this is...
You are a Modi mania, so you want the state
Yes,
to be
that's
Modi
the Modi
mania?
phobia, terrorized
No,
them.
you are a
listen,
Modi mania.
listen, let me talk. See, if you want to...
I think I have to step in. I think
I
I have to step in because we moved from Rajinikanth to Mr. Modi.
let me finish.
Yes, only fair
No,
that
so I
be
don't want to
allowed
go.
speak.
I don't want to go in that direction, and I am actually, which is why I am going to also ignore the jibe that Mr. Muralidharan made at the media, and what the media was trying to do. Let's get back to the topic.
Of media, Tanvi.
Now the next thing I know, you will tell us that we were all working on behalf of TTV Dinakaran to make him win those bypolls. That's not the point, Mr. Rajshekaran. Let's get back to what is the issue at hand.
That's no, Tanvi, that exactly happened. That's the reason he won. And that's to cash for democracy. Is that what people want in Tamil Nadu? I don't think so. People do not want that in Tamil Nadu. You know, 10,000 rupees per vote, that is the kind of money which was given.
Okay, 30 seconds to Malvika Avinash. I'm going to ask both our panelists, both the gentlemen to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Let the lady come in, please. Let the lady come in. And then what do the people really want? Are the politicians even aware of it? Are these superstars really aware of this? That is the big question. Mr. Rajshekaran, don't fall into the trap. Don't get into an argument that will derail the debate, please. Malvika, go ahead. Yes.
No, I think everyone has a right to opinion, and I think that's why there is a panel. And we all have our own opinions on what is going on and what is expected to happen. Every Indian has the democratic right to participate in the democratic process of this country as a voter, as a karyakarta, or perhaps as an active politician. Sir, you have this problem of not letting anyone speak, is it? I think you should have a singular debate with just him.
Go ahead, finish your point, please.
Connection with.
No, we can hear you. Go ahead, Malvika.
No, so as I was saying, I think every Indian has the right to participate in this political process, in the democracy, in joining whatever ideology they do feel like, aligning themselves to whatever ideology they do feel like. And I don't think Mr. Rajinikanth should be kept out of it for the reason that he is an actor, or should be kept inside for the reason that he is an actor. I think he is a free
I think the
Indian,
debate has
and
now
he is
moved on to
entitled
whether
to
we
take
are-
his
we are-
decision whenever, wherever. But what comes of it is for everyone to wait and watch.
Yes, what comes of it is for everyone to wait and watch. Is it too soon to
have an
judge?
opinion even
But it
before
has
it
been a
begins?
year. This is
I
where
think
we've
it's
reached so
unfair to
far
me.
in this conversation. It has been a year. Kamal Hassan and Rajinikanth had that time to really start raising people issues, connecting with people. If they really want to enter politics, go get on the ground and do things for them, Rajiv. That essentially is the point that I believe everybody is trying to make. But what is it that the people of Tamil Nadu really need in their tall leader right now?
See, what they need is a person who can empathize with their problems and speak for them. What they feel at this point of time, in vast majorities, is that they feel they've been abandoned. There is this sense of emptiness that they all feel that they don't have a leader who will speak up for them. It has been the case that they felt during the Jallikattu issue, it's been the case that they felt during the NEET issue, or even during the GST issue, where the people of Tamil Nadu have felt that, no, my views are not being properly represented. They need someone who will actually, put Tamil Nadu's interests above, Tamil Nadu's interests above the interest of their own political fortunes. And what is happening right now with this announcement or whatever it is, these are...
Go ahead,
these
finish.
announcements, this announcement that has been made today about the month end, this announcement that has been made today does not give any kind of confidence towards that.
Yeah.
I don't know what is your issue. See, the fact is that let's stop treating Tamil Nadu voters also as children, right? It's true. We like Rajinikanth, we love his movies and everything. Doesn't mean that we will go and vote for him. That is not going to be the case anymore. It is going to be a case where if they are going to vote for him, they are going to vote based solely on the merits of whatever his policies are. And he has not demonstrated any of that. And having said that, when he's not demonstrated any of that, how can we expect, people to come and say, I will support you? We can't have any more of that blind worship. I think we've had enough of that blind worship for a period of time. It is time for us to move on. As you know, the state Dravidian politics always spoke about rationalist ideologies or something. I think waiting for someone to say their policy is the most, and make an informed decision is the most rationalist thing to do.
Yeah, okay. I have a call. Mr. Rajshekharan, just hold on for 2 more minutes, please. I've got Mr. Suresh, a viewer on the phone line. He's calling us from Chennai. Good evening, Mr. Suresh. What is it that people of Tamil Nadu expect from anybody who may be asking for their votes tomorrow?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell one point. I think Mr. Radhakrishnan or somebody was telling that Rajinikanth does not know anything about politics. I don't think anybody needs to prove anything. 1996, everybody knows. My only request is definitely I'll vote for Rajinikanth, okay? It's not that people does not tell anything, does not mean that they don't know what is happening. He is someone who's trying to do good for Tamil Nadu. Believe me, this will be there much better than the people who are actually from Tamil Nadu. And don't take it for granted. Just wait for it, okay? Let him give a chance. He has a good heart, he will do good. Don't just judge and say that he does not know politics. If anybody is saying that, it's sheer stupidity. That's what I'll call.
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
It's not to degrade anybody.
Yes, no, okay. So let's not degrade anybody. Everybody has their own view, but I take your view as well. So Mr. Suresh says that he has expectations and hopes, and let's give Rajinikanth a chance. Mr. Rajshekharan.
See, Tanvi, first we must understand, after the demise of late Jayalalitha, all said and done, she was one of the tallest leaders of Indian politics, and DMK patriarch is not active. There is a huge vacuum, but this vacuum was not taken advantage by any of the parties, because RK Nagar bypoll 20 days before TTV Dinagaran got pressure cooker symbol and he won. This is the pulse of the people. People don't want to vote either for ADMK or DMK for the reasons best known to them. See, you cannot say, that is money. Money is the allegation made by you. Everybody gives money if that is the case, assuming so.
Democracy was sold for cash. That's a pathetic state Tamil Nadu is in right now.
Mr. Muralidharan, Mr. Rajshekharan, come on now. Don't make this a slanging match between you two. All the conversations about cash for votes and corruption and money are now behind us. The result is out. The Election Commission decided what had to be done and that has been done. So there is no point in pointing fingers anymore, Mr. Muralidharan. Let Rajashekharan complete his point, please. Yeah.
Yes. See, assuming everybody gave money, assuming so. I am not saying they gave money, but the people had their own choice. They elected TTV Dinagaran with 50,000 vote lead. So what do you understand? Everybody gave. This is the mindset of the people of Tamil Nadu today. They are going to elect their own choice, whoever may be. If they give money also, that's what they have said. That is the tip of the iceberg.
The mindset of the entire state.
Yes.
That's a very sweeping one.
No. When you say it is money, without knowing, without having authentic proof.
Everybody knows what was the importance of RK Nagar bypoll, Malvika. We're not saying that that's what the entire state believes. I'm sure other political parties will do better somewhere else. But let me go across to Satya. Back on this, Satya. Again, the question about what is it that Rajinikanth will stand for. This is a state. In your state, farmers have been protesting for almost a year now. They've been reeling under debt. And it's become worse because of the drought that happened in the last couple of years. Neither the state nor the centre has been able to help them out. We've seen the state of some of your cities in Tamil Nadu. Every time there's been a bit of rainfall, or when there was no rainfall, there was complete drought in Chennai itself. So there are a lot of important issues. Satya, what will Rajinikanth fight and stand for?
Understood. Yeah. Okay, so now everybody is very clearly stating that, okay, there are so many issues happening in Tamil Nadu. Okay, all political parties and all political team members and the whole Tamil Nadu people, they are looking for alternative force. So there is no point in talking about our existing current system. Okay, so Mr. Rajinikanth is not going to take the political stand against either Kamarajar or Kakkan. All are corrupted people. So if you look at Rajinikanth and compare rest of the people in Tamil Nadu politics currently, he is 200% better than the current politics system. So now everybody is believing that, okay, Mr. Rajinikanth is one of the family member. Okay, definitely if he comes to politics, he will take 70% of vote. Okay, now the current politics system is purely based on money, muscle power, and also caste. Okay, and then freebies.
Okay.
If Rajini comes to politics, okay, all these things will go away. Everybody see, he is really a spiritual person, soft spoken. Okay, he is well connected with the central government and across the state government.
Yeah.
So he will bring the constructive politics in Tamil Nadu. That is what we are expecting.
Okay, Mr. Srinivasan.
Okay, he's
Mr.
a nice
Srinivasan.
person. So that is he is having a clean image. He is having a clean image. So that clean image will bring more vote bank to Mr. Rajinikanth.
Will the clean image help, Mr. Srinivasan, in a state where there is a lot of dirty politics being played?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to refer back to what happens in cinema, but certainly I want to answer. There was a phone caller who said that everybody should be given a chance and everybody has a point of view, and Rajinikanth too has a, he shouldn't be written off. Nobody is prejudging Rajinikanth. One is only saying, that it's been quite some time now. He has been saying this for the last 20 years. He quoted 1996. 1996 was the year when he made a statement, and that resulted a kind of an alliance which voted against and Jayalalitha's defeat. It happened because of a statement which he made. Now, after the statement he made, later, when he was asked about it, he did say himself, "I am not a great political leader or a social activist." Quotes, "Political accident happened in 1996 when I spoke against Jaya." He himself has said this. So, obviously, what he said in 1996 he may not remember now. It's more than 20 years.
Yeah.
All one is trying to say is the politics has become quite complex. Even the electoral politics now, the election itself has now become a kind of an art, which is kind of a perverted art, if you have to say, because money is involved. There is a machinery involved. It's not enough that one can actually sustain just on a momentum. You need to translate that into votes as well. So if Rajinikanth really wants to do all this, next assembly election is still some time away. There is still about 3.5, 4 years are there. He must really get down to the field and start working if he really
this is what he said today as well.
But
so what you're
just
talking
making
about?
these statements.
Yes,
But
his
he hasn't said
experience.
anything. He hasn't said anything that whether he is actually going to get down to the field.
No, he hasn't. What he has said is reflective of what you're also presenting here, that he is still perhaps not convinced and he is hesitant, and he says, "I'm hesitating about joining politics since I know the difficulties. If we go for a war, we ought to win. We need a strategy.
Exactly.
Valor alone won't do."
But on the other hand, correct. But on the other hand, the window of opportunity will start closing. He has to start doing something quickly.
Okay, so I have a question for all our panelists, and I'm going to quickly go around all our panelists and ask them if they believe that if Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan do enter politics, whether they should do it independently or align themselves with one of the existing parties in the state. But before we take up that point, Venkateshan is calling us from Chennai. Good evening, Venkateshan. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. I don't think in the present context we need one more party or one more person to clear the pitch in Tamil Nadu. We have quite a number of capable leaders within the existing system. It's better to look out for someone within the existing system, number one.
Okay.
Number two is it's a long time since any actor has really made it big. We had Vijaykanth, we had Sarath Kumar, we had various other actors who tried to emulate the late MGR and the late Madam Jayalalitha. But please understand, like Mr. Rajshekhar or someone else was mentioning, these people put in a lot of hard work and effort. MGR was there in politics not just for 10 or 15 years, as Mr. Srinivasan was mentioning, but from 1940 to 1967 before he contested an election. And last point, which actually the Tamil Nadu voter may not really agree on Rajinikanth, is his ambivalent stance in regard to Kaveri, in regard to certain interstate issues. He talks of things like linking rivers and big things like that, which is not necessarily going to happen quickly. I think is ambivalent stance typical of some of the national parties which talk one language in Karnataka and one language in Tamil Nadu. That is the undoing of both Congress and BJP in the state. They are not able to understand the psyche of the Tamil voter on issues which are pertaining to Tamil Nadu, be it Sri Lanka, be it Kaveri water, be it Mullai Periyar. And they always have an ambivalent one stance in BJP will talk something in Karnataka, one in Tamil Nadu, same with Congress, and they'll talk a different language in Parliament.
Yeah.
This inconsistency is what has sort of demolished the National Party presence in Tamil Nadu. And you see the number of votes BJP got lesser than Nota, and Congress just hit behind, piggybacked on.
Well, yes, you do make a point there. He's been not very clear on several of the crucial issues. And that will be interesting to see when he decides what his political agenda is going to be and if he's actually going to align with somebody already existing. There are obviously a lot of speculation about that, Raji. Do you believe that if they do come into politics, Kamal Haasan or Rajinikanth, they should either join DMK, AIADMK or BJP or do their own, fight their own battles?
Hello.
See, I think it would be politically naive to basically say that they will go on their own. There is a reason why DMK and ADMK are parties which are being built on massive grassroots level activism across the state of Tamil Nadu. So I think it would be impossible for them to come and make a dent, say in the next 6 months or 1 year's time. So I think politically the best thing for them is to align with someone who have similar kind of views, and probably then the voter will have a very important choice to make.
Malvika, will that be great if he actually does come again into politics with the BJP?
Well, what their choice of parties, what Mr. Rajinikanth's choice of party is going to be is something everyone is waiting with bated breath and watching for him to announce whether he's going to launch his own or join the BJP. Whatever be his decision, I think ultimately, like the previous panelist just said, it's very, very important that there is a certain clarity in ideology as well as in what he has to offer to the people of the state, to the voter of the state. I think today's voter is far more aware than they were in the past. There are multiple there's multiple media through which there's exposure.
No, of course, the voters are far more aware than even politicians give them credit for. My question was, you're an
ideology
actor,
as well as what
you're an actor. You've chosen to be with the BJP. There are many others in your party. You know, some who are now ministers at the center itself, who are actors and singers and who've done well. So, do you believe it would be smart of Rajinikanth to join the BJP or join hands with BJP in Tamil Nadu?
Not just in Tamil Nadu, I think anywhere in the country, for anyone to commence from scratch and to build cadre is Herculean, is not easy. And therefore, when there is a party with a cadre, then it's always better to align. But then what is most important is that you have to have conviction in what the party is doing and is giving the people. Yeah. Therefore, what is important is for you to be convinced of the ideology of the party and what the party is offering to the people. And then let me tell you, you may have been acting, everyone may know you. In my own humble experience, I've seen this. It's all well, they take selfies with you, they recognize you and they speak to you and all of that. But politics is a lot of hard work on ground. You have to go and be there with the people, and it's only then can you win their hearts. So it's a lot of hard work and activism that precedes actual, I think, power politics.
Okay, Mr. Srinivasan, you know, this happened with Chiranjeevi as well. Any effort to launch and get into politics and establish himself by himself didn't work. And that's probably going to be one of the biggest challenges for anybody in Tamil Nadu as well. So should they align themselves with one of the existing parties? And if they do that, then will that solve the issue of catering to what the people of Tamil Nadu want?
Well, one of the peculiar things about Tamil Nadu is it's deeply entrenched Dravidian politics. Yeah. And, you know, the entire the structure is built on that because the state has been ruled for over 60 years. And it has provided a certain benefit to the state. You know, the social reforms have happened. economic empowerment has happened at various levels. So it's a very important factor there. So if a person comes outside Dravidian philosophy, he may have to do much more hard work than that. There have been attempts made in the past to create a kind of a third front. BJP did attempt in 2014 election. It did manage to get some votes, but then beyond that, nothing much happened. The alliance crashed out quickly. So it's really the choice which Rajinikanth has to make, how he wants to go about it. If he wants to build a movement of his own, it's going to take a long time, and he should have actually got down and start dirtying his hands, which he hasn't done so far. So, but if he decides, I think BJP would certainly like to go with him, because the party doesn't have much support base. Actually, they don't have anything in Tamil Nadu. So they would like a face, and they might think that he's a good face to go with. But whether he would benefit, I think he himself knows the answer. So it's really for Rajinikanth to, first, we are all talking, I think there is a lot of excitement, as Rajini himself pointed out, in media about his joining politics. I think we are all more excited in TV studios. Well, whether he himself, he's going to, let's wait for him, and then what he says, let some clarity come from him. Then obviously there is an opportunity, because there are 3.5 years more for the next assembly election.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
the politics is still wide open.
Okay, so let's ask somebody who's calling us.
Further opened the possibilities.
Yeah, so let's ask a viewer who's calling us from Trichur. Sudhir Menon is on the phone line. Sudhir Menon, what do you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. Yes, madam. I can tell you very proudly, just to understand that. Yes, madam. I can tell you very proudly. These people are sitting there in the studio or somewhere it is. Actually, I can tell you within 10 years, these types of politics will be wiped out very soon. Because these people are all fraud, actually doing with bribe business, actually like politics. They will screw it up. With youth people are very intelligent. They are actually going with several activities, but they are very fast actually. Within this new election, Rajinikanth is coming actually a very straight and clean man. Actually, he's in the actor, but not an actor. He's have a big energy. Nobody can understand his energy. His word is booming within a 80% of the Tamil Nadu people within a mass level of thinking.
Yes.
Because he can do very simply his energy to promote simple way to 80% and 90% people will be changing Tamil Nadu. Because
okay, he does have a lot of energy, he does have a lot of love and support amongst the people as well. But what he does with that energy and whether he actually uses that to deliver for people is the big question. The fact is that we're discussing the possible entry. It almost looks like it's going to happen, but they've kept us guessing for so long that one just wants to now just wait for the final announcement to come, whether it's from Kamal Haasan or Rajinikanth. But if they do decide to enter politics, one can only hope that their focus remains the voter, their focus remains the people of Tamil Nadu and their welfare. If it ends up being another fight between the left and the right, another fight between to grab the power and to sling mud at each other, then it will all be a waste. The fight has to be for people of Tamil Nadu. The fight has to be for their development, for their infrastructure, for their issues, for the farmers, for the youngsters, for jobs and education, and even if it is their water issues. That is what Neta Rajini must look at. It's just about 4 days from now when we get to hear from him again. Until then, let me thank all our panelists for joining us in this urban debate tonight. And of course, we will pick it up once again when there is more clarity on Neta Rajini's plan.